Almost all the points are covered.
Yes. I shall be very brief. I know the paucity of the time. See, while dwelling on the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Amendment Bill 2021, I would like to highlight the fact that the Act has evolved over the years and has been amended thrice in the year 1988, 2001 and 2014, which has entirely changed the scope and direction of the legislation. However, I am little tempted to echo the impression and perception expressed by some of our esteemed colleagues by saying briefly that the text of the provision says that offences mentioned under section 2, 8A subclause 1 to 5 are punishable to section 27A. However, section 2, 8A subclause 1 to 5, which is supposed to be the catalogue of offences, does not exist after the 2014 amendment. So, if section 27A penalizes a blank list or a non-existent provision, it can be argued that it is virtually inoperable, number one. Number two, the new provision is giving retrospective effect from 1st May 2014. That means the criminal provision is given which will not hold in good law. It also violates the fundamental rights in Article 20 because a person can be punished for an offence for which there is a law in existence at the time of commission of the offence. Sir, some of the issues I think which need to be addressed or to be spelled out, because in this bill there is no differentiation between users and traffickers. We do not know whether the government is going to decriminalize personal consumption also. What is the difference between soft drug and hard drug? How do you define consumption? These are the various issues that need to be addressed also. Despite the existence of NDPS Act 1985, nearly 3.1 crore people in India are estimated to be cannabis users. There is a need for the expansion of categories for drugs or chemicals in the scheduled list. A number of chemicals should be scrutinized again and should be listed as a trafficker substances in the list of controlled substances. There is a menace hovering across the country insofar as drug is concerned, because there is a toxic nexus between narcotics and terrorism. That is why it is called most of the time that we have been affected by narco-terrorism. See, in this bill also, I would like to highlight that instead of providing institutional counseling and adequate support which can provide substantial support to the dependents and help eradicate the menace of drugs and other psychotropic substances, the government continues to penalize people. The government should factor in that unemployment, poverty, peer pressure, unaddressed mental health issues are the reasons that steer most people into the consumption of illicit drugs and substances, and penalization will not help to address and resolve this. Madam, I would like to draw your attention, because you are happen to be in charge of this bill, that the law does not define consumption, I have already stated, nor does it prescribe any procedure for determining what constitutes consumption. At what stage can the crime be considered to have been committed? Is it after the act of consumption? Is it the ongoing process of consumption? Does having consumed a narcotic or psychotropic substance at any point in your life, however many years ago, make you vulnerable to criminal sanctions for the rest of your life? The involvement of various authorities, I think the multiplicities of authorities will certainly compound the act which has already been complicated by its own definition and narration, such as the involvement of various authorities that led to the functions overlapping and an unnecessary burden on the implementation of the NDPS Act. A critical overview reveals that the control of illicit drug trafficking and international organizations coordinating comes under the duty of the Ministry of Finance. Number one. Department of Revenues in the Ministry of Finance, you are looking after, looks after the execution of the provisions of the Act and monitors the legal production of opium. While the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is responsible for the rehabilitation of addicts, the demand reduction and aftercare are under the control of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And finally, both the NCP and the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence provide intelligence. This has oftentimes led to questioning the reason behind such divisions and their overall contribution to the administration of the criminal justice system. It rather seems that these agencies work more efficiently if there had been a clear demarcation of their function. To that end, even the NCB has demanded a reduction in their mandate. The issues emerge from the very first stage only of their functioning, which is a data collection. Since the statistics and trends are collected by police, NCB, and the border security forces, it creates a difficulty in understanding. Even certain other agencies are authorized to make arrests, such as the customs authorities and the DRI. All of this do not allow having an accurate central repository, which in turn fails to provide a certain specific aggregate count to make a precise assessment of the numbers. This has led to the criticism of the National Crime Record Bureau and NCB statistics. Since the severity of the NDPS Act requires great deliberation, NCB would only be effective in smoothly fulfilling its obligation if the changes are made in the institutional and implementation levels. Madam, geographically, we have been situated in the crossroad of Southeast Asia and Southeast Asia, which is also recognized as a golden triangle and golden crescent. India lies in the close proximity of this area. This makes India vulnerable to transit, trafficking, and consumption of opium derivatives in various forms along the known trafficking routes. Sir, I know that there is a time constant. I do not want to burden you more. I only flag the attention of the House that in India, more than $35 billion to $400 billion of illegal trade, illegal drug trafficking have been continuing on. And the caravan has been going on in spite of all kind of prohibition, acts, etc., etc. I do not know how you will be able to resist this drug trafficking, because here lies the profit matrix and the ballooning effect. Therefore, drug trafficking has been growing by leaps and bounds, and it has further been aggravated in the emergence of Taliban-led Afghanistan. You are well aware of it. सर हो गया सर, मैं लास्ट में एक बात करते हैं. हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट मुर्शिदाबाद, खासकर हमारा स्टेट बंगाल, जहां एनडीपीएस केस में एक डर पैदा होती है. डर पैदा होने की वजह यह है कि वहां विपक्ष पार्टी के लोगों को धड़ल्ले से एनडीपीएस केस में फंसाकर हिरासत में भेजा जाता. एनडीपीएस केस में फंसाकर हमारे पार्टी को सैकड़ों कार्यकर्ता को, बेगुनाह लोगों को जेल की सलाखों के पीछे रख दिया गया और सालों साल वो सड़ रहे हैं जेल के पीछे. इससे हम बचेंगे कैसे? आप एनडीपीएस केस तो लाते, एक्ट तो लाते हैं, लेकिन इस बेगुनाहों को जो सालों साल सड़ रहे हैं जेल के अंदर सलाखों के पीछे, इन लोगों को बचाने के लिए कुछ तो तरीका निकालिए. हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक डर पैदा किया जाता है किस बात पे जानते हैं? कहते हैं कि सत्ता पक्ष पार्टी के साथ तुम ज्यादा तानातानी मत करो, अगर हो सके तो रूलिंग पार्टी से जॉइन करो, अगर ना करोगे तो पानी केस में फंसा जाएगा। ये पानी केस हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ बंगाल के आम लोगों को अंदर एक खौफ पैदा करते हैं। ये पानी केस से मुक्त कराने के लिए कोई ठोस इंतजाम किया जाए, इस कहते मैं आपकी बात को विराम देता हूं। नमस्कार।